Hey guys, what's up? This is Mel, and I'm here to talk about The Flash, this time episode 206, titled Enter Zoom, which aired Tuesday, November 10th, 2015 on the CW. And I gotta say, guys, this episode was pretty scary in the sense that we got our first real glimpse of the major enemy in this season. And it's pretty scary what we saw. So before we begin, just a reminder that if you haven't seen the episode, please do so first. I'd hate for anything I say in this video to spoil your own experience of the episode, because I will be spoiling it like crazy. So just fair warning to you for that. And I have not read the comics at all, so any of my thoughts and opinions are strictly from what I saw on the TV show and from the episode itself. So I have no previous knowledge from another source, just the TV show, what I see on screen, that's it. So let me set my 10-minute clock and let's begin. So what is something new that we learned in this episode? Well, this episode basically focused on Barry's plan to take down Zoom with the help of Dr. Light. Well, that was his plan, but before they could implement that, Dr. Light escapes by using her power to make herself invisible, and she kind of tricks him into letting her go with the cell, making them think that she escaped, and then she escaped like that. So because of that, the team asked Linda to step in and impersonate Dr. Light, since her whole uniform was left behind. And we also learned that Barry reveals himself tonight twice, one by choice, and he does that to Linda, and another one by force when Zoom takes off Barry's mask when they're inside Star Labs. So that was very shocking in itself. And we also learned that, or at least I noticed that, Dr. Wells from Earth 2 has a tendency of using last names when calling on people. Snow, Ramon, he seems less formal when doing this, when compared to the Wells we knew last season, who went by Dr. Snow or Mr. Ramon if he were ever to use their last names. And speaking of Earth 2 Dr. Wells, we see in little flashbacks and through Cisco's vibe vision, we get to learn a bit more about Wells' daughter. And her name's Jessie, and she graduated high school at 15, and she was currently taking college classes before Zoom kidnapped her, and he still has her, and he's trying to ask Jessie why her father went to Earth 1. She doesn't know why, but she's staying loyal to her father's, and she's not getting the best treatment because of it. So what was the most shocking moment of the episode? Definitely was when Barry revealed himself as the Flash to Linda. I wasn't expecting that at all. But aside from that, the major shocker was the showdown between Zoom and Barry. I knew Barry wasn't going to be able to take Zoom down this early in the season, but what surprised me was the amount of damage and power Zoom had in him. He outran Barry. He caught the lightning bolt that Barry generated and threw at him, only to throw it back at Barry. It seems like he might have super strength too, with the amount of force he used to crush Barry's chest. And then it was a lot of damage Zoom caused, and that resulted in the end of Barry having to be sedated and stabilized, and apparently he lost the use of his legs. It's probably only temporary because of Barry's healing, but still the fact that Zoom had hurt him enough to paralyze him is very frightening. So top 3 favorite moments of the episode was, first one has to be the little tidbit that we learned from Earth 2, and that is the fate of the Queen family. Now apparently on Earth 2, it was Robert Queen who survived the sinking of the Gambit, and he was revealed in Earth 2 to be the Hood, while Oliver was the one who died on the Gambit, instead of how on Earth 1, that we know of, how it switched with Oliver being a Hood, Arrow, and a Green Arrow, with his father dying. Second favorite moment was Linda's training session with Dr. Light's power gauntlet. Just Cisco's whole setup of the popping out of images of them and trying to get her to not shoot them but shoot the Flash figure, and then it was just funny. And then the commentary that came with it was very entertaining, despite the fact that she needed to train for a serious battle and sell the fact that she was actually Dr. Light. Third favorite moment has to be Barry kissing Patty. Now, I really like their relationship, but the reason why I liked this kiss particularly is because earlier Joe had told Barry to do what makes you happy, to not have other people dictate what makes you happy, because they were talking about Wells's confession video and how he said that Barry would never be happy. In a sense, so Joe was trying to say that Barry is the one who creates his own happiness, and you do that by going after things that make you happy. And Barry's source of happiness, in a sense, is Patty and getting to know her and forming this relationship with her. And he goes and takes a kiss because he wants to, and she hinted to him earlier that she wants him to. So I really like that. And they're really cute together too. So top 3 peeved moments. First has to be Patty sharing her private life at work with Joe. Eddie did the exact same thing, and I get that some people might not be able to separate the two, especially with especially with the fact that Patty is basically dating her partner's adopted foster-esque son, which is Barry. But why do you have to share the private life stuff when you're at work? You can have the conversations outside of the office if you have to, or off office hours. Don't bring that stuff up when you're on company time. That's just, it's unprofessional, and it's like, no one really wants to hear it if they're trying to do the work type thing. That's just my own beef about it. Second thing that really irritated me or peeved me was the cheesy dialogue during the fake fight between Barry and Linda when she was impersonating Dr. Light. What kind of made it seem alright was that at least the characters themselves made fun of the fact that the dialogue was lame. And Cisco even says, like, I'm creating better dialogue next time. So there's that. That's the last peeve I have. What will I remember most about this episode? Definitely Zoom and his demonic monster-esque appearance. That really better only be a mask, because it looks like a very tightly fitted mask. And I'm kind of afraid of what's underneath, to be honest. Random questions, quickly. Dr. Wells said that Zoom was once human. So does that mean, in the literal sense, that he was human and a metahuman and now he's something else? Or does he mean on a morality scale of being human, like you have a thing against killing, to being a monster in the sense that you want to kill for want to destroy and like stuff like that? Like, which was he referring to? Next question, where is Dr. Light from Earth 2? We know she escaped because she used invisibility. But where is she? Did she find a way to go back to Earth 2, or is she still hiding in plain sight on Earth 1? So there's that. Last question. What are the chances that Robert Queen from Earth 2 will travel through one of the Central City breaches to Earth 1 and then have a run-in with Earth 1 Oliver Queen? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I would love to see how those two would react to seeing their multiverse family member who's supposed to be dead in their world right in front of them and kind of being who they have become, in a sense. So I just want to see it. Someone go write a fan fiction about it. It's like, yeah, it's just exciting. Okay, so predictions, quickly. We're definitely going to have to deal with the aftermath of Barry's injuries with Zoom. Thankfully, he heals fast, so there's that. I didn't get a chance to see the promo. Probably should have, but hold on one moment. Okay, found the synopsis for episode 207 because I didn't see the promo, like I said. And apparently Grodd returns, Gorilla Grodd. So that'll be interesting, especially if Barry is still paralyzed for the time being. So yeah, apparently also according to the synopsis, Cisco is gonna have a date with Kendra. Forgot to pause the timer. Shoot. Okay. Anyways, he was gonna have a date, and then Patty's gonna become suspicious that Barry is keeping a secret from her. So we're gonna deal with that. We kind of see little moments in tonight's episode where she was kind of being suspicious of Joe and Barry keeping something from her, since they always seem to go off and do their own secret thing together, which is the Flash that we know, but she doesn't know that. Also, I'm not sure if we're gonna see Zoom. He definitely got hit with the speed dampeners, but not sure if we're actually going to see him in this episode or not. So there is, it might just be Gorilla Grodd that we have to deal with. So there's that. Because I believe the episode afterwards, episode 208, is going to be the crossover episode with Arrow. So I think whatever is happening in the main storyline for us is going to be put on hold for that episode. So I'm expecting some kind of cliffhanger in next week's episode that we may have to wait until episode 209 to get answers for. So with that said, that's about it for episode 206 for me. So what'd you guys think? Were there any answers in the comic books that helped you out with this episode? Because I know I still have it whirling in my head. But I'm definitely afraid for Zoom. If you have any more information about Zoom or just what to expect in the sense of powers and stuff, and just how far Barry's going to have to come in order to defeat him, let me know in the comments below. I'm not afraid to at least prepare myself for how dangerous Zoom is going to be. Also, if you want more, or I'm not going to start there. Also, don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, and to share this with all your other Flash fans. Let's get this spread around. Let's help the fan base grow. Love to keep the show going on for as long as possible, and the way to do that is to show that we, the fans, love the show. So there's that. Okay, now what was I going to say earlier is if you want any other information about the Flash, whether that's promos, synopses, episode stills, episode comic sneak peek drawings, web clips, regular GIFs and stuff like that, I usually reblog all that on my Tumblr page. Links for that are down below in the box. I personally like everything all in one place, so if you do too, then chances are I'm going to have it all in one place for you. I also usually just add memorable quotes as well. As I write them down when I watch the episode, I put them on Tumblr. So for helpful people who like quotes like that. So there's that. And that's about it. So this is Mel. Wish you guys all a great day, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.